and do have a major impact on atmospheres, and they have a global impact. Some of the large eruptions can be quite devastating. One which you may well recall is the Mount Pinatubo eruption, which was in June 1991. Now, the eruption column from that extended some 30 to 40 kilometers into the atmosphere, so it's well up into the stratosphere, and it dispersed some 30 million tons of sulfur dioxide, which was changed into sulfuric acid aerosol, which is a great substance for blocking the sun's rays. And for some 2 years after that, global atmospheric temperatures in the lower atmosphere were depressed by some ½ degree. So volcanoes can really greatly affect atmospheres.
When volcanoes erupt, they put a lot of dust and other material into the atmosphere, and that blocks out some of the heat from the sun. Now, when that clears, the world warms up, and some people say we're in a phase where there have been very few volcanoes, and that's why the world's getting warmer. But actually, you can turn that around. A few years ago, Mount Pinatubo erupted, and sure enough, the Earth got cooler afterwards, by just the amount that the theories predicted, and then the dust cleared away and the world warmed up again. So that actually, to me, suggests that the computer models are correct.
I think it's all down to the sun. I think it's very like a detective story where the cops have arrested the wrong person. I don't think it's the greenhouse gases that are doing it. The work has been done by Danish scientists, and the first thing they discovered 6 years ago was that there was a much better fit to the pattern of changing temperatures when they related it to the speed of the sun's activities in its sunspot cycles through the last 100 years.
In the quiet periods of the sun, we get more cosmic rays entering the atmosphere, and that leads to an increase in cloudiness. And that would tend, they argue, to cool climate, so that in the active periods of the sun, you would have less cloudiness and therefore a warming. And that again is consistent with what we've seen in the last few decades.
If the solar theory is correct, there's very little room for a major greenhouse effect, and therefore one would assume not only that the effects through the 21st century might be a good deal less than has been suggested, but that even if the sun went back into a depressive state, that the climate could get cooler.
What's happened is that some people have got overexcited about this, and they see the sun as being the only driving force for all these effects. And what you find is that if you do the computer models properly, if you add in the greenhouse effect because of the extra carbon dioxide and the effect of volcanic dust from the known volcanic eruptions, and the effect of the sun's changes over the past 100 years, the three things together add up perfectly to explain what's been going on. The trouble is that now the greenhouse effect is overwhelming all of the other effects. And over the next 20 or 30 years, even if there are more volcanoes, even if the sun's pushing things cooler, we're still going to get hotter because of the greenhouse effect.
Well, yes, it's happening. The globe is warming up. And it's a lot to do with us, the human race, burning the fossil fuels. Tomorrow I shall be looking at the consequences of the global warming. So then, do join me tomorrow, same place, same time. See you then.